How should the Springboks line up against Ireland this July? I'm joined here by Robbie Gillett, and he's going to give us his starting and bench lineup for the Springboks against Ireland this year. First of all, how do you see that one going?
So I'm going to start off, fire some shots at Ireland, 2-0 to the box.
2-0 to the
It's
box.
going to be a clean sweep. Springboks, do me a favour, don't don't prove me wrong, please. It'll be a very, very interesting place in my DM request if I get that
Those
wrong.
Irish fans are hectic, huh?
They are, but they're passionate. I like it.
I do like it. I like a bit of a fist fight in the comments there.
Yeah.
So start us off there with your front row. Who are you starting at number one?
So I've debated this in my mind between Steven Kitsoff and Ox. And initially my thoughts were Steven Kitsoff, and sitting here and after chasing the sun and the form that Ox has been in, I think he sort of stood out in that Shark side and the struggling Shark side.
Yeah.
So I think I'd actually start Ox and wait for Steven to get back and get fully into the swing of things back in South Africa.
I don't disagree with you. I think Steven Kitsoff isn't playing great for Ulster.
No.
He's taken some shots in the media, and I think when he maybe comes back to the Stormers next season, we could see a bit of a different Steven Kitsoff. But you might have actually changed my mind there. I just wonder if Ox is a better impact player than Kitsoff.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. It's thing is, they're so good, both of them, and they're so similar as well, and they're obviously in the same position. So I'd almost argue that you could, whoever you start, whoever comes off the bench, is it's up to
Like for like.
Yeah, like for like. So it's but I'd go Ox.
Okay, well, it's not going to be any easier at the hooker position. Malcolm Marks or Bongi?
Pongi. But just because I don't know if Marks will be fit by the time. No, he will be. But I don't know how much game time he would have played. And
Yeah, let me hear it.
wow, this could get interesting. But if what the media is saying is true about Sir Khaleesi and his captaincy, I don't think so. I think he's going to be the captain. However, if the speculation is true, I think that Bongi's got to start, because I think he'll be our leader should that media speculation be true, which I'm going to put a disclaimer, I don't think is.
Do you not think that Rassie would pick a bit of a younger player to start the captaincy building up to the 2027 World Cup? Or do you think he puts Bongi in while he's in form, while he's at his prime? Or does he pick someone like a Kane and Moody, a Damien Willemse to captain?
I think you've got to go in a series. One plays two in South Africa, defending champions. There's all that beef surrounding this fixture. I think you've got to go with an experienced leader. So I think you'll pick Bongi, and I don't disagree. I do think in the next couple of years we will see another captain if Khaleesi falls out of favour. But I think for this test series you've got to go with an experienced Bongi.
I like it. Okay, who's coming in there at number 3?
Oh, there's only one.
There's
man.
only
The
one
goat.
man.
My hero, my absolute hero, the pinnacle of performance, Frans Malherbe.
Yep, we can't go anywhere else there. You'd think Trevor Kanye, but he's probably going to come off the bench.
Yeah, he's gonna steal the Irish hearts at the end, I think. But France is gonna make that initial impact and go be special.
And we saw France absolutely annihilate Kitsoff in the Stormers Ulster game. Okay, moving into the locks. Maybe another captaincy option at your number 4.
There's only one guy.
There's only one
guy. There's only one guy for now, Eben Etzebeth. I would like to see Ergia Snyman get a bit more of a run. I love what he offers. I love his hands. He's just it's beautiful to watch the way he gets over that advantage line, frees his hands. It really is a thing of real beauty. But I do think there's only one guy.
Eben Etzebeth.
Eben.
Okay, who's joining him? Why not a little combination Eben Ergia Snyman?
Well, you need a 5-lock to call your lineouts.
You do?
You need that 5-lock. I think a guy like Franco Mostert is probably he's there. That's the kind of guy you need. But there are guys. I mean, like Salman Murat as well. He's going well when he can stay injury free. I think there is room for actually in that 5-lock where someone can come through.
I think we also have maybe forgotten about Loet Diaga.
Of course.
Who's playing over there in Japan. I think their team just made it to the semis or quarters or something like that. Loet Diaga also probably an option there at number 5, but you're going Franco Mostert.
I'm going Franco, yeah.
I like it.
Sauce.
Sos. And then in that number 6 position, is there anyone that can take out Siya Kolisi in that position at the moment?
Don't think so.
Probably
I
not.
don't think so.
Simple.
I'd argue not.
Simple. 7.
There's only one.
There's
mate.
only one guy.
I think he might be the hardest man in South Africa. Peter Steph du Toit.
After watching Chasing the Sun,
He's a different gravy.
I just don't know how Geordie Barrett felt that next morning after that final. And then with Dwayne Vermeulen retiring, absolute legend of the game, who's going to take over the reins?
I think this one, there's one clear guy for now, but there's a lot of options.
There's plenty.
So a guy like Jasper Wiese, he's got to start. I mean, he's everything you want in the 8, in the Springbok 8. But a guy like Irvan Roos, he's been going well. Cameron Hanekom, I've been massively impressed with.
And he's young.
He's very young.
You've also got Mpilo Gumede there at the Bulls.
For sure. So yeah, I think it's got to be Jasper Wiese.
Especially with the game Ireland, we don't want to mess around there.
Yeah, but I think any one of those guys we mentioned would do a good job.
I do think so, but like you said earlier, I think you have to go for experience.
Yeah.
Jasper Wiese was there at the World Cup. We're not going there to experiment against Ireland. We're going there to teach them a lesson and show them who's world number 1. Okay, into the back line. And I think this is where things could get a little bit tricky. Number 9, Kobus Reinach was very impressive at the World Cup.
He was.
Faf de Klerk, all the experience in the world. And then you've got a couple of upcomers. Nohamba, do you play him at 9? Can you play him at 10? Well, who are you going at number 9?
Faf, I think. Yeah, there's options again. Like I think that's the beauty about Springbok rugby at the moment. There's options, but I think you got to go Faf. And yeah, with the combination, we'll get to the 10 now. But I think definitely Faf. The bench option is the interesting one. It is an
interesting one. So who's obviously number 10? Mani Lebok, Andre Pollard again. Nohamba. Who are you going for?
Pollard.
Have to.
Cool head on his shoulders. It's a yeah. He knows how to run a game.
He does,
which is awesome.
No, he's the general.
Exactly, and I think it's good for a guy like Mani Lebok to be in the Bok camp, playing with Pollard. Two styles that differ, but to learn that game management will be a good thing, I think, for Mani.
What's your opinion on you being so close to the Stormers supporter? There's a lot of, I wouldn't say hate, but a lot of negative energy that goes towards Mani Lebok when he misses one kick, like against La Rochelle. What many people don't see is he set up the try with the cross kick to score the try. So what's your thoughts on this sort of negative attitude towards Mani Lebok at the moment?
And that's sport. I think, unfortunately, you got to take the good of the bad. And the reason I think why sport and rugby in particular is so big in South Africa is because there's of that emotion behind it, and I think that emotion can manifest in those negative opinions and that with Mani Lebok. And sometimes, and what I believe is what's happened is that people become over-emotional because they're so used to the Stormers. When a team does well, and they're so used to the guy doing well, that's what they expect. And you forget that he's a human being. And so when he does badly, or not even badly, when he misses a kick of a try that he set up, there's an emotional reaction. An emotional reaction is never really the right reaction. So I would actually appeal to supporters. I mean, we talk about the Stormers. There's 2 losses in a row. Remember, at home we've only watched the team lose 3 times in the last 2 years. So let's not forget that. Let's not get super negative about it.
And it was Gale Force wins. They didn't miss that.
I mean, you go kick that, please. Send us a video, tag us if you get it over.
So we got Faf at 9, Pollard at 10. Name me your 2 wings, 11, 14. See, I thought this would be a bit of an easier case than what you're presenting now.
Cheslin and Kirtley are the obvious ones. I'd go with them. I was going to say Kanan, but I see Kanan's playing a lot of 13 for the Bulls. So I'd like to see them too. And also, I think a special mention to a guy like Leolan Zas, who's been really, really good.
Suleiman Hartzenberg as well.
Hartzenberg's been good. I can't really think of anyone at the Sharks that's been outstanding on the wing.
You've got Mpimpi at the Sharks, but I think he might be a little bit past his due date for the Springboks.
It's difficult to say. I think you can tell that when he plays a game. Like for me, I don't know. if I can say that just yet. You know, you got that emotional connection to the guy. You know?
You got to put your opinion out there, my bro. Okay, so you're going Cheslin 11, Kirtley 14.
For sure.
Okay, centre pairing. Now, this again, where it gets a little bit tricky. 12, I think there is only one man who has worn the Springbok 12 shirt consistently for the past 6 years.
Yeah.
Damien de Linde.
Got to play him. Got to play him. It's a like for like, I guess, with Andre Esterhuizen. What Andre offers is that left boot as well, but I think that they'll go with Damien because he also played in Munster. He knows the Irish boys. He knows the Irish boys well.
Outside centre, and we saw probably one of the best performances out of Jesse Kriel in the World Cup at the 13. Has he done enough to take that jersey away from the likes of Lukhanyo, a Kanan Moody, who's starting at 13 against Ireland?
Damn, this is difficult. I think they'll go with Jesse for a bit of continuity and to keep that momentum for him. And I think that decision is going to rest on how well Lukhanyo goes in the back end of the season. I think if he carries on playing well for the Sharks, Jesse's been injured, he hasn't really played. So I think if Lukhanyo can come into that series with momentum from domestic, I think they'll play him. So for me, I'd wait till that happens. So let's wait till. So I'd almost put a slash. You know, like if it goes well, because Jesse did enough. I think he did so well at the World Cup, but it was more. He hasn't played really since the World Cup. He's got injured. I think he fractured his arm or hand surgery or something. So. And
I don't think the Sharks' form has done much for Lukhanyo to make him look good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even stretch as far as Kanan Moody.
Definitely an option for sure.
I think that's one of the toughest positions in the Springbok side at the moment. But you're going to go Jesse Kriel slash.
Yes, I'm going to be on the fence with this. I know you said I must give my opinion, but I'm on the fence. I can't on this one. I can't.
Okay. And then 15, Willie Leroux, Damien Willemse.
Damien.
Have to go Damien.
Probably one of the best rugby players in the world right now. And people don't speak about it enough, but remember, he goes from 12, 10 at the Stormers, a bit of 15 to just 15 at the Boks. To do that, you've got to be insane.
Yeah.
You've got to be a freak of nature.
He's kind of like our Frans Steyn now as well for the Boks, that utility back that can play 10, 12, 13, 14,
Boots
15.
on him. Yeah, I know.
Incredible. Yeah. So that's the starting lineup. Now, probably the most important question, what does the bench split look like?
We go 6-2, I think. I think we've got to go 6-2. Play at Loftus. I can't remember where the second test is.
Durban.
In Durban. Okay, so it's that first test. You've got to go even 7-1. You take the you take the energy out of the forwards at altitude.
It's not a bad shot. 7-1 at Loftus.
You bring 7-1.
Yes, and we've done it a couple times now.
Exactly. It's not. The thing is, with South Africa now, you do it once and it's accepted, you know. So I think a 7-1
it's accepted.
and you take that energy out of that Irish forward pack. Yeah, but a job to do for the backs then.
Massive job to do. Okay, are you going to go 7-1?
I'll go 7-1. I'll be bold. Fortune favours the brave.
Okay, so replacement hooker.
Marks.
2 props.
Ox and Trevor. No, Kutsi and Trevor.
Okay, because you started Ox.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's going to have to put in a massive shift there at Loftus.
Yeah.
Okay, then your 2 locks.
So it depends if Lewett's playing or not. But Ergia definitely. And then, I'd say either Franco if Lewett is starting or Lewett if Franco is starting.
And what about Jean Klein?
Didn't
start World Cup final, came off the bench World Cup final.
Yeah.
We know how good he was in the World Cup final. Probably one of the most unsung heroes from the World Cup. It's a tough choice on the bench.
It is. In the mix, but not in the 23.
Okay.
For me.
Okay, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Okay, then you got 2 more forwards to pick from. Lucy's. I think there's one very blaringly obvious broken nose fella that needs to be.
Yeah, Kwaga's got to be there. Bring that energy.
Yeah.
And then jeepers, you can look at a guy like Ulrich Lowe who covers 8, probably lock 7. If you look at that versatility and the hybrid player that the Springboks love so much, so he's definitely an option. A guy like Irvan Roos as well, a line-out option, 8, 7, probably 6 as well.
Hanekom
Hanekom
at Loftus.
at Loftus, pretty special. I'm going to go with my mate Evan Roos.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Okay, then you got one backline player. This is a very interesting choice. He has to cover 9 to 15. Who are you going to go for?
There's only one man, Willie.
Okay, perfect. So that's Robbie Gillett starting 23 for the clash against Ireland. As always, let us know what your guys' opinions are down in the comments. Slate him, tune him if you think his picks were wrong. As always, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.